Hello, YouTube. Welcome to Level-Headed News. This is your host, Brenda. I have one article for you, and the URL is in the description of this video for your convenience. This one is off of the Common Sense Show by Dave Hodges, and it says, Trump must cut the head off the snake if he is to survive. This country is on a collision course with martial law. Donald Trump does not want martial law. In fact, it is likely that Trump will do everything he can to avoid martial law. However, circumstances have been thrust upon him that make it likely that he will have to be be an authoritarian if he is to survive his first few months in office. The two primary reasons that America may end up under martial law have to do with the multitude of assassination plots directed toward Trump and the impotency of the Secret Service. Secondly, the country is already being thrown into chaos, as evidenced by the protests, which have turned into riots in many cities. Any president would be forced to restore order, and if the problem is persuasive enough, and it is possible that martial law will ultimately be the final answer. First, it was Michael Moore and his thinly veiled threats issued towards Donald Trump after the Jill Stein Hillary Clinton recounting of the votes failed, in which the round mound of filmmaking said, "I try this again. A lot can happen between now and the inauguration." Following Moore's comments, we had a slew of comments from politicians, mostly Democrats, who began comparing Trump to JFK with all the obvious intent. Jill Stone is reporting that an open microphone may have caught a reference to an umbrella shooter at the inauguration, and this coupled the BBC tweeting out Trump had been shot in a typical Building 7 style of bad timing news releases, has made some wonder if Trump avoided assassination at the inauguration. Some took this to mean that the assassination of Trump was planned and foiled. Maybe this is true, maybe it's not. However, it demonstrates a mindset of the people that this could even be entertained as truth. President Trump's life is the most sought after life in presidential history. From Hollywood, the queen of sleazy and slutty behavior, Madonna, clearly threatened the president in her 18-second post-inaugural speech, in which she stated she wants to blow up the White House. Remember, this is a public figure who joked about trading oral sex in exchange for votes for Hillary Clinton, and she is outraged by Trump's comments about women. After viewing this clip, it is apparent that Trump must immediately move to arrest Madonna. And there is video of Madonna's rant in this. The article continues. Throughout Washington, D.C., crowds of paid vandals lit cars on fire, smashed windows of businesses, beat up random strangers on the street, and looted from local shops. As everyone knows, this is the work of George Soros, and he has help. Hillary Clinton thanked the D.C. vandals for standing up for democratic ideals. This makes her an accomplice to lawless behavior. Any self-respecting politician would disavow the actions of the thugs for hire. Instead, Clinton encourages them. This is the same behavior as we have seen with Madonna, incitement to riot. This is a felony. Where's the Secret Service? Will these behaviors escalate into the need for martial law? That is what the globalists would like to have happen. It may take weeks and months as we race headlong towards observing the increase in lawless behavior across the nation. Eventually, law and order must be restored. When and if President Trump moves to establish the law and order, the other side will get what they want. A president that appears so unpopular that he cannot govern with resorting to police state tactics. Many of my readers, viewers, and listeners have told me of a TV series on the USA Network called Colony. It is an excellent depiction of what it's like to live under the rule of martial law. Season 1 is available on Netflix, and it is as advertised. This is recommended viewing for a glimpse into our future, as decisive action is not taken against the perpetrators of these riots and would-be assassination plots. George Soros is the visible head of the snake. How do you kill a snake? You cut its head off. If one wants to stop the riots, Soros needs to be immediately prosecuted and sentenced to a significant prison term. Anyone who takes his place needs also to be arrested. Hillary Clinton is a different matter. I'd love to see Hillary Clinton in prison. However, her arrest would spark major civil disobedience and rioting. The way to attack Hillary Clinton is through the Clinton Foundation. The IRS, the FBI would be brought to bear. As the criminality is fully exposed, Hillary will be removed by her own fellow globalists to stop the exposure that could engulf them with their activities that show guilt by association. Hillary will lose her veil of protection, and she will eventually end up dead or in prison with no sympathy and outrage to accompany her demise. Bill and Hillary could escape all of this by escaping to Dubai. Trump must immediately move to cut the head off the snake. Having the Secret Service arrest people like Michael Moore and Madonna and putting them on trial for their threats against Trump will give some pause. Additionally, the protesters need to be arrested and sentenced as any other lawbreaker. Most would cheer if Soros were to be arrested. In fact, Trump could extradite Soros to Russia, where he's also wanted. This would put a serious dent in the plans of the globalists. This is a growing cancer that Trump must deal with immediately before it spins out of control. So there you have that article. If you like what I'm doing here, give it a thumbs up and let me know. Don't forget to subscribe to the video and share it on your social media so everybody gets to hear the news.